Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And I wanted to talk about signs that your husband is cheating. Now, this one is a little bit difficult, obviously, because of the fact that every situation is different, right? So I don't want to particularly say that these specific signs are a guarantee that your husband is cheating. Every person has different personality traits, different characteristics, patterns of behavior, the way they usually do things. The thing to keep in mind here is that if there is a change in behavior, a significant change, and a change of mood and personality and the way that they usually do things, then these signs are probably more geared towards those types of situations, right? Because you know your husband better than anybody else. And if you're noticing changes in behavior and patterns that are unlike him, then these might be some of the things you might want to take a look at and be consciously aware of. The first one is hiding his phone or changing his passwords. Now, this one is top of the list, pretty obvious. And the reason usually is because they are wanting to hide or keep secret some kind of dialogue, communication, or whatever that they are having with another individual. So if before your husband was totally fine with his phone being out and he wasn't really too concerned about anybody picking it up or you picking it up or whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden you have noticed a change in his behavior and you've noticed that he's a little bit more secretive with his phone. So if you guys are sitting on the couch and he's on his phone, he has a screen turned away from you so that you can't see what he's saying. He's deleting messages. He is changing the passwords on his phone so that you can't access his phone, which I also want to say, you shouldn't be accessing your partner's phone. There's something called trust in a relationship that should be there. It's a fundamental aspect of a relationship. So there shouldn't be a need to feel like you have to rummage through your partner's phone. If you are feeling this way and you are feeling very insecure and you're not usually, you usually don't feel this way in the relationship, then this is probably a clear indication that something is going on. The second one is he's spending more time outside of the house. So if his usual pattern is to come home from work, to eat dinner, to sit down on the couch, watch TV, or spend some time with you, or spend some time with the family, and all of a sudden you're noticing a significant change in behavior and in this pattern. So for example, he's going to work and then coming home, maybe eating, showering, and then going out and saying he's spending some time with some friends. And this becomes a consistent pattern. Or he is just in general spending more time outside of the house and not really in the home. This is something that you may want to take into consideration. Now, this one in particular does not necessarily mean that he's cheating, but if your gut is telling you, if your instincts are telling you that something is off and something is not right, and it's also coupled with the fact that he's being more secretive around his technology, so around his computer, his phone, and he doesn't want to share any information with you on those devices, then there's probably something going on. This is a red flag for me. So usually in my one-on-one coaching sessions when I'm working with women and they are letting me know kind of what their situation is and the things that they've been picking up on, the two primary ones that usually come up, like I said, are these two top ones, which is the secrecy around the technology, and the other one is the spending less time at home and spending more time outside of the house with his friends. The third one is acting more defensive, being more defensive. So when you try to have conversations with him, when you try to communicate with him your frustrations and your concerns and maybe some things that are making you feel insecure in the relationship, and he immediately gets on the defensive and basically just tells you that you're overreacting and there's nothing going on and that you're crazy and that you shouldn't be feeling this way, and why are you accusing him of all of these types of things, that immediate defensiveness usually stems from a feeling of shame or guilt. So when people are unable to take accountability for their actions, what they usually do is they get on the defensive immediately, and that is to protect themselves emotionally, because deep down inside on a subconscious level, they know that they are doing something that is not right. The fourth one, and the most common one that I see all the time, is they start accusing you of cheating, of having an affair. This is always a telltale sign. If you know yourself and you know you are not cheating, you are not committing infidelity, and that you are a trustworthy person, and that you are communicative, and that you are dedicated to the relationship, and you haven't done anything to make your partner feel like you have changed your patterns of behavior and they start accusing you of cheating and infidelity, that is what I like to call deflection. They're deflecting what they are doing and putting it on you, because then they don't feel as bad. If they can prove that you are also cheating, then what they are doing is not bad because you are doing it too. It also has to do with that guilt and that shame factor where they are disappointed in themselves for what they did, but because they are shameful of what they are doing, they're having to sneak around and they've had to create these new patterns of behavior in order to hide what they are doing, they become hyper conscious and aware of those things as well. And so if they see you following certain patterns of behavior that kind of match up to what they're doing, it sends them into overdrive in their mind and they start to accuse you as well of cheating. So again, this is probably the most telltale sign that there is something going on. The fifth one is he no longer wants to have sex, or the sex is very few or far in between. There really isn't any intimacy, any physical touch, any of those types of things. And the reason being is because he is actively engaging in sex with somebody else. But I want to be cautious here, right? So number 5 is coupled with all these other signs that are happening, right? So the secrecy, the spending more time outside of the house, the accusing of you cheating as well. Because men also fluctuate in their sex drive, right? A libido, women have libido, men have libido. And just like women go through cycles of not wanting to be intimate and wanting to be intimate, men are exactly the same way. And there is this societal misconception that men are always ready. Men always want to have sex, right? That's all they think about. That's the only thing on their mind. They only think about sex. They only think with their second head or whatever you want to call it. But the reality of the situation is that men also go through peaks and lulls when it comes to sexual activity. So if this specifically is the only thing that you are noticing in the relationship, it's not necessarily that he's cheating, because there also may be hormonal issues that are going on depending on his age, depending on the stage of his life. There are many other factors that come into play. But remember what I am saying, and just to be 100% clear, all these signs, or at least a few of these signs, should be coupled together in order to start to really feel like there's something odd going on. And just to recap, it is 1, secrecy around his devices, so his cell phone or his computer. 2, spending more time outside the house. 3, accusing you of cheating, which is one of the big ones. Again, this is one of the major ones that we talk about. And 4, doesn't want to have sex. If you guys liked or related to this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love having open dialogue with people. So if there's something that you feel like you didn't get out of this video, or that you got out of this video and you want to share, please make sure you leave your comments down below. If you just want more information and you want to dive in a little bit deeper, you can visit us at happilycommitted.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this subject and many other subjects as well. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or one of the amazing coaches that we have on the team, because you feel like your situation is a little bit different and you need a little bit more clarification if all the signs are there to prove that your husband is cheating, we would be more than happy to support you through that process. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you guys soon.